Iran's incumbent President Ebrahim Raisi was born in 1960 in the northeastern Iranian city of Mashhad. He was raised by conservative parents under a strict religious environment where he attended Shia Islamic seminaries throughout his teenage years. After the 1979 revolution, led by Ayatollah Khomeini, who later became the country's supreme leader, Raisi joined the judiciary. He began his professional career serving in the cities of Karaj and Hamadan in the early 1980s. He was later promoted to Deputy Prosecutor General of the capital Tehran, aged just 25. Raisi continued climbing the ranks and was seen as a pivotal player within the newly established political system.
He began as a prosecutor, a young prosecutor in the 1980s during the Iran-Iraq War. And at the end of that war, when Iran summarily executed 5,000 political prisoners.
A year later, Ayatollah Khomeini died and was succeeded by Ali Khamenei. Raisi was quick to develop a bond with Iran's new supreme leader, over the years becoming one of his closest political allies. He was appointed Prosecutor General of Tehran in 1989, head of Iran's counter-corruption agency in 1994, and then head of the judiciary in 2004. He was also selected to serve on the Assembly of Experts in 2006, an elite inner political circle tasked with appointing and overseeing the supreme leader. And throughout his various positions, he maintained his hardline approach. It was in 2017 that he began eyeing the top office and ran in the elections, finishing second with 38% of the vote. And the second time round, he was victorious. In June 2021, Raisi won the election by a landslide, securing over 70% of the vote, an election which had only a 48% turnout. And his tenure as president had been marred with controversy. Raisi was seen as a hardliner in both domestic and foreign policy. He began the strict enforcement of Islamic law, including the decades-old hijab law. Its implementation led to the killing of Mahsa Amini, which sparked nationwide protests and international condemnation. Raisi also sought to expand Iran's influence in the Middle East, dramatically increasing support to ally groups in the region like Lebanon's Hezbollah, bringing his country to the brink of war with Israel. Some analysts believe the crash of Raisi's helicopter was not an accident.
I think it is a sabotage of some sort. I am not in a position to say who or what, but obviously this happened at a very interesting time, in an interesting place. And Mr. Raisi is coming back from a meeting in Azerbaijan and elsewhere, and the helicopter crashes right inside, just as it enters the Iranian airspace.
Raisi was considered by many as a likely candidate to succeed Ali Khamenei as supreme leader.
Mr. Raisi is one of the very few that are who are presented as successor of the Supreme Guide, Mr. Khamenei. So one has to put into perspective this dimension as well about the sustainability of the regime.
His replacement will now have to guide the country through a time of regional war and instability.